Greetings to all. I, Soma Bose, along with my teammate Sharan Sharma, presenting this project presentation on Smart Web Portal for closed donation using big data. Our group ID is 2016 CSE PID02. We had completed our project under the supervision of Mr. Govind Kumar Rahul. Now let's start. This presentation contains objective of the project, problem and solution, technology used, working of the project, conclusion, and at last research paper. Objective of the project. The main objective of this project is to help the needy people, especially the people living in NGOs who are totally dependent upon the public donations. This technology is mainly used for the donation of the clothes. As the people are donating, but the needy ones didn't get it at the time of need. So here we are helping them using this technology, which is fast, responsive and user friendly. Problem statement and its solution. The number of homeless always suffer every year due to the lack of shelter, water, sanitation and food too. But due to the lack of proper clothing, people die due to the climatic conditions. A large number of deaths are reported due to the lack of hygienic and uncomfortable clothing in India. So the solution is this web portal. Through this, the donor will log in and put his location. Then give the particular quantity of the clothes. NGO in search of donor will search the nearby location of donor and ask for the details. Then he pick up the clothes according to the quantity required for that NGO from that particular location. Technology used for this smart web portal are for Frontend, HTML, CSS, jQuery, Ajax, JavaScript, which are used to make the main portal for the user and the NGO. Second, Backend. Backend consists of big data and Hive database. We are using big data because there are large number of data which are required to fetch, and Hive database is used because it is a kind of a tool of the big data and where we can put the queries so that the data can be fetched whenever it is required. Next, connectivity. Connectivity is of Python and Plus. It is used for connecting the front end and back end portion. Terminal is used. The terminal named ngrok is used to connect the different operating system. We are using this because front end is running on Windows, whereas the back end is running on CentOS. Now let's see the working. First we'll show the working of front end.
This is our home page. This is the donate section, or you can say pop-up. This is the NGO pop-up along with the location pop-up, which automatically fetches our location. This is how basically our site look like. This is our information. And one more interesting thing is there, that if anyone want to volunteer in any of the things, then he or she can also register there by using that particular form. Now moving on to the donate form. First of all, a pop-up will emerge that automatically takes our location, and then we enter our quantity that we want to donate, the date and the phone number, and on clicking on to donate, it will simply hit an API and provide us a pop-up regarding the donation. So this is how the API is going to hit. This is the API with the GET request. It is basically going to the backend server, which is explained after that particular video. Now this is the NGO login, and here the predefined NGO administrator is going to log in. Yes, predefined, by using their registered ID and passwords. And on clicking onto the submit button, again an API is going to hit. This API is headed by using the location, the registration ID, etc. And this is how the dashboard of NGO administrator look like. There is a form which we will be implementing in future, through which the NGO administrator can change his or her details. Now this is the main dashboard page, which certifies the number of collected cloths or the number of remaining cloths. Now moving on to the next section, that is the table. It is basically a data table. Here the data is coming on hitting the two APIs that are, first of all, the first API is going to hit the server and tell us about how many NGOs are registered in that particular location, and by using that particular data we are going to split the quantity of clothes. And this is the next API which is going to hit, which is taking the data toward us. One more thing that is important, that all the data transfer is taking place in the format of JSON. And now here you can see the location of the donator along with the phone number, and the quantity he or she wanted to donate is here. That's all from the front-end side.
Now let's show the working of backend. First of all, we will go to ngrok, which is on a desktop. It means we have to do everything on a desktop. Now we will open it in a terminal. As soon as the terminal get open, we have to activate a virtual environment. To activate a virtual environment, we use this command, that is source -bin activate, and then press enter. Now as we see, the -pi is written, and it means it is an indication of the activation. Now once it get activated, we have to run our Python file, that is 3.5 version, and our file name hello.py, and then press enter. Now after this the Python file runs, then only we will able to run the terminal, that is ngrok. One thing we have to keep in our mind before running a terminal, that is a port number in a code. The port number in a code is we are using, that is 5022. As you see, 5022. In this case, if any case a port number become busy, we just simply add +2, that is 5024. Then we will use it. Now as you see that our Python file is already run, and now we have to run the terminal. To run a terminal, we will open a new terminal and bring it in a desktop. And now to run the terminal, we will write the ngrok htv 5022. 5022 is that code in that port. It is a port number in that code we are using. Now press enter and see. This is our terminal. Now this URL we have to change into a front end. Wherever we see this, we have to change this into front end. Those APIs which are hated are shown in a form of list. The method which are hated to are also shown, name of the API, whether they are successful or not. If in any case there is no result is found, that is neither fail nor successful, then we will see it in an open, and the number of hits is also shown. If they are hated, then it is 0. If not hated, then also it is 0, and if successful, then it will increased. Now let's come to the code. There are almost 5 APIs in this file. Let's explain the donate. It is simply the donation form. Location 1 indicates the latitude. Location 2 indicates longitude. They are then converted into a string and then again into the integer. Then after adding, we get the integer sum. They are kept in a float value, so because the latitude and longitude comes in a floating points. The location 1 and location 2 are converted into string and then concatenated into each other and stored at log. Add log and keep the points in the location kept in the exact locations, and they're kept in the insert in a form of string, so that we can perform the whole concatenation process. This will run our query. If it gets run successfully, then after that JSON will perform and it will give the status. that is your 0 or whether it is successful or not. This is a JSON file, and it will run and get the status that is 0, that is successful. Now come to the second API, that is our NGO login. In this we will get the registration ID through which we will get all the data, then we will execute it. In fetch all, the response we get from select, it will form a list and then convert it into a data frame. Hence, this portion Python Flask is used. The data which will come, they will have given an indexed, like they are stored in a 5 different index variables. Now the process data, as you see there, it is a process data. Process data is a function. In this we made in a JSON, where y is a JSON and it is concatenated into another JSON file, that is the login ID doc1, which saved all the registration IDs. Now move to another API, that is the dashboard. In this dashboard, data is fetched from a particular donation, that is in any ad location is if 105. So all the details or all the data from 105 location is fetched up in the form of list. In this list, all the data will come. So as we know, the data will come in a form of list, so there will be, we are using a loop after created JSON and then convert it and store it and send a response, like our like status is 0, and this is a loop formation length, and then which I will increase. This is a JSON file, and again we will get the status of 0 and whether it is successful or not. This is the response. Now we will go to the count total. In this we count the number of donations from a particular location, that is how many donations are from the 105 locations are there. Another API, and this API is a count org. Count org is similarly, we count the number of organizations present in a particular location. It will do the same thing. They have a successful the JSON file, and it will run again and again, give the status, same similar things. Now after running this file successfully, now again we will run this URL. In case the ng-rock is run, we do not need to run it again and again. It is done, it can be run again and again in case of any file loss or any unsuccessful event. So it is up to you in how many times you can use it.
That's all about working.
The conclusion. The conclusion we made from this project is that donation is a noble job. The idea of this project was really an individual welfare venture. We do this without any greed of profits. The benefit we get that we get to learn about the new technology in this growing world. As per the results, the project worked very well and can be implemented in real-time application when it will tie up with the NGO in the country. This is the research paper, and the research paper is successfully published in a Scopus journal on the topic Smart Web Portal for Closed Donation Using Big Data. I thank our guide Mr. Govind Kumar Rahul, who helped us and encouraged us to complete this project on time.